All right, what's going on? Welcome back. So today we want to do a little review on a Zepco 33 micro. If you watched any of my videos, that you'll know I use a micro rod probably 80% of the time. I do a lot of creek fishing, so this works out good for the creeks. Small bodies of water, maybe a pond, small lake, or anything like that. This does really well. So this is what I carry a lot. So I thought I'd just kind of show you a few things about it. But first, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for watching my videos. And if you like more content like this, then hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, let you know when we got more content coming out. So we got a pretty good line of videos coming out. So let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like to see. Let me know what content you like to watch. Let's talk about this pole a little bit. This here's a Zepco Micro 33. So if you see this and you ever wonder how in the world do I cast that, well then stay tuned because we're going to show you. So let's go over the basics of this reel real quick. If you notice, this is a handle. Hey, that's what you reel up your bait with. Uh, got this button here. If you know, you got to press it to cast this reel. Got the handle here. This handle's interchangeable. You can move it to the side if you're right-handed, left-handed. Doesn't matter. You undo that screw right there. See that screw right there? Undo that screw. You can change the handle. You got this drag on here. You tighten that drag up and it causes the line to be harder to pull out. If it's a bigger fish you're catching, smaller fish, whatever, it's harder for it to pull. You don't want to get it too tight because it'll break your line. If it's something bigger on here, you kind of set that drag loose a little bit and it's able to pull the line out and you're able to pull the fish in. So what I want to do is kind of show you how to cast this. Show you kind of the basics, and I'm going to show you a couple things of what not to do. So when I cast this rod, I'll get enough line out to go down to about the fourth eye here, and you'll notice, and I'm gonna step back a little bit so you can see when I cast it. I hold it back like this, and all in one fluid motion, I mash the button as I'm going forward, and it casts just like that. Hey, that's pretty easy, right? Now you just reel it back in. So I'm gonna show you some things of what not to do. I know there's some videos on here about how to cast this rod and reel, and this is a basic setup. I want to show you what I got. Got my go-to bait. That's a cricket. Got you a cork there, and I got you some lead here, about 6-8 inches up above the cricket. So that's a basic setup for bluegill, panfish, brim. I've caught bass on this. You can watch some other videos and you'll see I've caught bass on these crickets. So as I said, you pull this back, one fluid motion. As you're going forward, mash the button. You'll notice how smooth that cast was. I'm gonna reel it back in. All right. I'm gonna slide this just so I can show you. I'm gonna slide this tackle way down. There we go. I want to show you what happens if I reel it all the way up, how it does. Okay, you see that? That's normally what happens. Now, I'll try to go at a same motion as I was before. Doesn't really go as smooth as it did before. That's the reason you want to get about, I don't know, I get about 2 foot of line out there. That's what seems to cast the best for me. So you don't want to run it up real close to the top because it doesn't throw very well. It doesn't throw smooth. So I'll let all the line, I'll let a good bit out. All right. Why don't you cast with a bunch of line out like this? So I get it back and then I cast. There you go. See, you probably don't know if you can see the water, but it'll land about 2 foot into the water, which is not a good cast. So that's why I say you want to leave, again, you want to leave about 2 foot of leader line hanging out. That way you can make a smooth cast. See, watch again. Hold it back like that. As you go forward, mash the button. Beautiful cast. That right there, catch fish. Let's bring it back in. Maybe you got a question. See there, we got it to where we need it. Maybe you got a question. Why don't you go ahead and mash the button now? That way you could save a step. Go ahead and mash the button now before you throw. So here's the reason you don't do that. See, if I mash the button, guess what? Going to the ground. Pretty hard to cast like that, but I'll show you anyway. All right, let's get it back, and then we're gonna mash the button. Let's mash the button. All right, we got the button mashed. There we go. Nowhere. Guess where it's at? Right behind us. Yep. So that's why I say get you about 2 feet of line out, let it back. When you go forward, mash the button. And you just about want to get it pretty much laying flat. As you go forward, mash the button. Beautiful cast. Beautiful cast. That right there will catch fish all day long. Now, all right, guys, one last time on your cast here. Get you about 2 foot. Get you about 2 foot of line out there. Once you start that forward motion, hit that button. There you go. There's a cast. Once you get it out there, you can catch fish. Bring it back in. And I'll show you, been showing you overhead cast, but you can also make sidearm casts. If you're in a tight spot, you got trees over you, limbs over you, whatever, where you need to kind of conserve space. You don't want to get hung in the trees. You don't want to go squirrel fishing. So you can make a sidearm cast the same way. Same amount of line out, hold it to the side, cast it like that. Same concept, just to the side. Now I know there's probably a lot of you fishermen out there that already know how to cast, but maybe this video is geared towards that beginner. Maybe this is a how-to video. How do you cast a basic rod and reel? This here setup, every bit of it came from Walmart. So how do you cast it? Again, I'll go over the simple steps. What you do, get you about 2 feet of line out, get it back just about flat. As you get ready to go forward, mash the button. Beautiful cast. That will catch fish. And you bring it in. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something from this video. So I was thinking that's maybe starting a back to the basics series. So that's one of the videos that you'll see. It's kind of back to the basics. And it's the basics of being able to cast a rod and reel. Guys, I appreciate you watching. If you like this content, you got any questions, leave a comment. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell, let you know when more comments coming up. We're growing on YouTube. As you can see, I've gained more subscribers, and that's because of you. So I really appreciate you watching my videos, and I'm very thankful for that. Guys, I appreciate you watching.